You ever have one of those days where there's just nothing you can do to make yourself happy and everything kind of irritates you? This was one of those days. So I decided I was gonna pull some weeds, run an experiment to see how it goes. Here is the before. I wanted to do a little before shot so we can see the progress. Now, let me manage your expectations and tell you that I 100% did not meet my expectations. I kind of made a bigger mess in some ways, but you'll see, and we'll have a conversation along the way. Let me put out a quick disclaimer. Don't do what I did, i.e. have better form when you're picking up heavy sticks and weeding. I don't recommend using your back to do everything. Oh wow, look at me, I'm so proud of my sticks. I'm like that golden retriever from Up. When life places demands on us, I think it can be easy to repress how we actually feel about those demands, to repress our anger and pretend like it doesn't exist, or repress our outrage, our frustration. And sometimes we have to look for ways to take our agency back, hence the weed pulling. Hence the desire to feel empowered again by doing something that I feel like I can control, and that is making this part of my yard look nicer. Does anyone ever talk about how painful it is to pick yourself when the demands become too great and you have to let certain things go? For me, I'm often letting go of social interactions or occasions, chances to be with friends and family, because the demands of working all the time, taking care of a house, taking care of a pet, and taking care of myself become overwhelming. And unfortunately, it means not spending time with people. It's not a great feeling. It doesn't feel awesome to disappoint people that you care about. And yet I have come to accept that I have to do this sometimes, otherwise I will become incapable of doing anything at all. Maybe one day I won't feel so guilty. Maybe it means I have to restructure my life. Oftentimes we let life carry us away instead of actively picking the parts of our life that we want to partake in. as I'm watching myself stand in the yard and contemplate which weeds to pull next or which task to tackle next, I'm reminded of how lost I've been feeling lately. A little bit out of control and overwhelmed by all the different paths I could be taking, and yet I'm finding it hard to even give myself a moment's rest to think or meditate on those choices to really decide what's best for me. This is when I uncovered some bees, and I felt a little scared. Just a reminder, when you start to do things for yourself, you might cause a little bit of chaos and people might get a little bit pissed off.
What?
But as we do in life, we keep going. We might have to pivot. If we make someone else upset, we give them a little space, like I'm doing here. Wow. There's something about pulling weeds that hits that reward system in the brain. It's just an instant thing, like instant gold star. It really lights something up inside my brain. This whole video is really just a metaphor for how messy life can be and how overwhelming it can feel and how ill-equipped to handle it we might feel at times. Oh, here I go with the shears. Sometimes we can focus on the details, and when we finally stop and look around, we might finally notice the chaos around us. Is that ADHD hyperfocus? Now, sometimes we do need to focus on untangling something small, like I'm untangling this weed that had wrapped itself around the, I guess, trunk of this tiny little spindly bush. Sometimes we can only handle one problem at a time, and it might seem really small, but it's what we can handle. You might be starting to uproot certain things in your life to get rid of what doesn't make sense for you or what exhausts you, doesn't align with you or fulfill you. I'm really waiting for that moment of sweetness as I pour some sweet tea in my cup. I'm really craving that sweet satisfaction you get from doing something hard that you really wanted to do. This video is really about empowering myself to do the hard thing that makes me happy and not someone else. Do something for my own benefit. Do something that speaks to my soul, that my inner child would enjoy, even if I'm really grumpy and angry while I'm doing it, which may not make sense, but I really couldn't let go of this anger and resentment, I suppose, as I was doing these tasks, raking the pine leaves into a massive pile. And I think it didn't want to go away because it just wanted me to acknowledge it and see it as evidence that I haven't been being true to myself and my own needs, really. Not just wants, but needs, in order to have a fulfilling, joyful life, a happy life. And I don't mean happy like toxic positivity, but one that's a life that's filled with awe, where you smile just because you got to see the sunrise and you woke up feeling in awe of the world, of just being alive. Not happy because I made X amount of money or bought this thing or landed this job where it's dependent on circumstances. Happy that lives inside of you always, that exudes from you, because you know that you're living a life that you chose. So this is the progress I've made. Up close, it looks pretty good. From afar, all I see are giant piles of pines and a mess that I created. But that's a problem for future me. The me right now gets to just chill.